Hello everyone, that red comment here, but you can call me Yuta if you want to. And today's video is gonna be a Dragunov guide. I'm gonna talk about how to expand your offense with back 4-2-1, this string here. This string is actually very powerful in this game. We have many different options now, especially thanks to this new low, full crouch down for 1-4. But this string has been buffed a lot for Tekken 8, so we're gonna talk about this string. And some people, they actually don't know about some of the transitions for this string. There are some interesting transitions that you might not know, but let's talk about it. This is actually very powerful, even at lower ranks, even in beginner ranks. This is actually very overpowered in my opinion, because this whole string is actually it's not a natural combo, as you can see. But if you get a counter hit on the first hit, this becomes a natural. For 45 damage, it used to be 50, then they nerfed the damage to 45. But this is a pretty big chunk of damage. If this counter hits, you get a lot of damage into +5. And the last hit is actually very powerful as well, because as you probably already know, if last hit connects on counter hit, you get +14 frames of advantage, which means that you can get a guaranteed back for free, right? Or you can also do a mid throw if you want to. You can do something like this. You can do a follow-up like this. In Tekken 7, you only got like 12 frames of advantage, so all you could do was 4-1. You could do this, or you could only do 4-1. And prior to Season 5, Season 5, I think this was introduced, Season 4, you didn't get anything. There was no countering property on the last hit. But this is already pretty good. If it counter hits, you get the whole thing guaranteed. If the last hit counter hits, you get big damage with back for free. It used to be better in Season 1, because back for free used to be a launcher on heat. You could do back for free, hold forward and get a full combo. Now you can't do it anymore, but you only get a small follow-up with back +2, like this. But whatever, is still pretty good, especially at the wall, because of course, if this counter hits at the wall, we get a wall splat, right? And we can do this type of stuff. Wall throw into a wall combo, into 1,000,000 damage. Although it scales a little bit, they added some scaling on the counter hit, as you can see. As you can see, it says 70% there. We only get 70% when it comes to the damage of back for free. But whatever. Okay, so another interesting thing about this string is the fact that it is +1 on block, as you can see. So this means that if you follow up with 1-2-1, 1-2-1 is uninterruptible. And this happens a lot against players that don't know what they're doing. They try to press after blocking back for 2, thinking that, oh, this must be minus, right? And instead this is plus. So you can follow up with 1-2-1 and get a heat engager. And of course, 1-2-1 is also a wall splat. So this means that if you do this at the wall, yeah, you get big damage. So this is actually very powerful. However, remember that this is a high that can be ducked, and this is the biggest issue. Once you get to a certain level, people will just start to duck this with. We will just duck the last hit and launch you. So we need some mix-ups. We have several options. One of them, my favorite, is probably just do back 4-2. Hold down to go into crouch, like this, you see? If I do back 4-2 and then I hold down, Dragunov goes into full crouch. And now here, I can just do full crouch down for 1-4, like this. Or I could do a wall standing mid as well, so that he doesn't try to duck me here. this is also very powerful. However, remember that there is a big frame disadvantage here. You are at -7. So the opponent has all the time to punish you or just to hit you out of your wall standing attack. So you need to be careful here. Most opponents will respect you because they are so afraid of the high extension and they are so concentrated on trying to duck it that you generally have enough time to just do this. But sometimes you might get counter hit, unfortunately. So another thing that you can try to apply is actually Dragunov's ultimate tackle. You do back 4-2, 1+2. I'm sorry, I don't have command history activated now. I'm gonna do it. So this is the full crouch extension, right? You do back 4-2, you hold down and then you do full crouch down for 1-4, or you do back 4-2 into 1+2 to get ultimate tackle, right? And ultimate tackle, it's breakable, of course. Like you press 1+2, you can break it, but the window is actually pretty small compared to Tekken 7. In Tekken 7, you could also break it by pressing 2. You could break ultimate tackle by pressing 1+2 or 2. I distinctively remember this. I'm gonna go back to Tekken 7 and check this, but I'm pretty sure this is correct. And the window was bigger. Here the window is smaller, and remember that if this counter hits, it becomes really difficult to break. So, and remember that ultimate tackle also evades highs. Let's see if I can show you this. So it has some evasion as well. I need to standing block. Let's do 2. You see? You see? It has evasion. We don't counter it here. Oh no, we counter it. No, it's a punish. But because the standing jab is too fast. But anyway, as you can see, you can evade highs with this. And if this counter hits, you get almost a guaranteed 3-way mix-up, right? You either do the one extension, which is really good because it removes recoverable health. You have the two extension or the 1+2. Like this, which is the most damaging and gives you the better ulti, the best ulti among the 3. But this is already pretty good, but remember that we also have the sneak transition here. So we do back 4-2, you hold down forward, and you go into sneak. So you can set up a sneak 4, for example, if you want to. Or you could do sneak cancel into a throw. That's also another option you have. And what I'm trying to explain to you is that you have to combine all of these different options together. You don't just do one of them. You have to use all of them to keep the opponent on to keep the opponents on their toes, so they don't know what you're gonna do next. It's actually very important. So sometimes you also have to commit to the high. It's risky because you can be launched, but you have to try to mix all of these different options and keep the opponent, you know, guessing. It is actually very important. Of course, one last thing you want to keep in mind is that this sneak transition is actually very minus. You're at -6, -7 when you do this. So Paul has all the time to interrupt me here. There's not really much I can do. Not even a power crush is gonna save me here. But the only reason why the sneak transition works is because of the threat of the high. So the opponent is not gonna going to press buttons too quickly. He's gonna wait. But by the time he sees the sneak transition, it's probably too late and he has to block now. So all of these options, they work in conjunction. This is what I'm trying to say. You have to use all of these options together. Otherwise, it's not going to work. 2 other options you could have is to do back 4-2 into crouch. This is very risky, but if he presses a button, you can try to evade the high. If he goes with a fast poke, like a standing jab or something, you can evade it and launch it. Or you could try to sidestep here as well. This is also not a bad idea, although, again, you're at -7 here, so... but there is a good chance, like I said, that your opponent is not going to press too quickly. He's going to wait a couple of frames, so you have enough time to just be able to sidestep. It all depends how much your opponent is respecting you. But if he's not respecting you at all, you should try to throw out the high and see if it counter hits. Or even the ultimate tackle is a good idea, because it evades highs, and if it counter hits, you get a 3-way mix-up. But anyway, that's all I wanted to say. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and take care.